Hey. Oops. What
Hey,
I'm ahead of the game here.
you're the head of the game.
A
Happy New
whole head of
Year.
the game. Oops.
Happy
I thought
New
I
Year.
had got this together. Okay. Happy New Year, everyone. How are
Happy
you? How are you? How are
New
you? Um,
Year.
Wendy, how was your New Year? I know you celebrated a birthday.
I did. I was pissed because the week before my birthday, it was warm as I don't know what. And then come the
Oh,
second, it said, whew. And I was like, the third, I was like, really?
I was not about the life of the weather change. We have crazy weather here.
Yes,
Like
very crazy weather.
our weather is like the absolute positive
Worse.
worst. So if we could have a whole week of scorching hot weather. Like we could have 80-degree weather one week, and then the next week,
We
um,
have like 10-degree weather.
right, which is crazy because we had a little. I'm gonna call it dust. I ain't gonna call it snow.
I ain't even gonna call it dust. It's just a little sprinkle.
I was like, but everywhere else around us actually got snow. Like Nashville got
Chill.
67 inches of snow. I was like, so y'all just decided y'all wanted to skip over us. I would have been okay with being at the house for a couple of days. I ain't got no problem with that. Um,
So what I decided to do, because I took last week off
right.
because the 31st and the third was my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That was the state holidays for us.
Right.
So I decided to take the rest of the week off because I ain't take any days off for the Christmas.
Right.
And I only took one day off for Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And so I decided each day, except on Thursday, I was gonna try out different exercising plan,
I saw you
things.
post about that.
Okay, the phone on my birthday, I went to this thing called Stretch Zone, and it was in East Memphis on Sanderland, and
Okay.
I just laid on a table, and they was just stretching my body. Girl, I was like, I feel so good afterwards. I
I bet
did.
you did.
I was like, okay, I need this in my life, especially with my lower back issues.
Right.
And then Tuesday, I did the Orange Theory
How was
fitness.
that? I've heard about that.
Girl, I for some reason I signed up for the Inferno session.
Okay.
It was very intense. I'm gonna have to tell you details about it after this,
That's
after
fine.
girl, because I was like, and they was like, you did good for your first time, and then it was an Inferno session. I was like, ugh.
So
Then
is that like similar to like hot yoga and hot
that I don't know because I've
okay.
never done the hot yoga or anything like
Okay.
that. So then Wednesday I did Pure Bar, and that's like with the bar and
I have a
everything.
friend that teaches that class. I don't know if you went to that location or not.
I went to the one in Collierville.
Okay, well no, I don't think she teaches it there. But I think she teaches it one in Midtown.
I tell you, muscles that I didn't know I had hurt.
I used to take
Oh,
ballet. When I was a little girl, I took ballet. So I know. You
I
use
was like,
lots and lots of muscles. It ain't just hopping and skipping around on those things.
and then it was like small circular motions and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, small
Mm-hmm.
movement. And
Mm-hmm.
then Friday I did club Pilates, the
Okay.
Pilates.
Okay.
And that's where they had they also had the machines. So now I'm debating. I am thinking about doing because I'm going to get rid of the eSporter membership. I'm not
Okay.
going. I'm not. I want to do something that I know I want to do, that I'm going to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Mm-hmm.
like doing classes like that.
Yeah.
So Orange Theory Fitness, that may be for 6 months, even 9 months from now. That's too much for me right now. I was like, so what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna do like the Pilates 3 times a week. Not the
Mm-hmm.
Pilates, the bar, pure bar 3 times a
Pure bar.
week, and then do Pilates 1 time a week.
I want to try
Or or
kickboxing.
kickboxing. Oh girl, I love kickboxing.
I literally
Cause
want
I
to
was
try that. My
if
best
you if
friend,
you
he
need
does
some
it
gloves, I got some gloves for you. Some
okay
gloves and some.
in the wrapping tape. So he does it
Mhm.
in Arkansas, and he's lost a lot of weight doing it, like a ton of weight doing it.
Oh
So,
girl, yes.
so I don't know. We'll see. Um,
So
I
how
was
was your?
I was at the house. Listen, y'all know, if some of you guys follow me on Facebook, I've been having trouble sleeping at night. Part of it is because I have parents who are going through health issues. So one parent I'm thinking is fine, except for the normal old people stuff like high blood pressure, that sort of thing. Well, we had a scare with him. Over the holidays, like between Thanksgiving and Christmas, scare. And so I still haven't been sleeping 100% and well and throughout the night. I'm also in a play that is gonna be on Playhouse on the Square in April. So the director and some of the actors live out of state, so they had to come down. So this very first week of the year, literally Monday, rehearsal. I didn't think I was gonna have rehearsal, and I'm glad you was like, I'm doing something else, because we were gonna do a special episode of It's On
on my birthday.
You text me and you was like, that's okay. Yeah. No. We wouldn't have been able to do the episode because I got a text message and a phone call. I was like, what's your ETA? And I'm like, wait a minute, huh? I was late to rehearsal first day because I misunderstood or misinterpreted the email that was sent out. So now I know. But I have to learn lines and all that good stuff. I haven't done a play. I think the last time I did a play was Timberly's play. Before then, I hadn't done a play in a very, very long time. I like acting. I like singing. Those are things that I like. It's fun to pretend to be someone else. It's very, very fun. So, and as the time comes to get close, I'll let you guys know, because I definitely want support from people here in Memphis. This is okay. Playhouse on the Square. So I'm gonna put the information out once I get it. We have a whole lot to talk about.
We sure do.
Our main topic is going to be, we're going to do a vision board. Last year, I think we just had one episode with the vision board, but this year I wanted to do something a little different and just kind of breaking down some of the steps as you're gathering it. So I know we just got back. Next week, I have a couple of obligations that I agreed to do prior to putting the schedule together for this year. So next week, we will not be here. We will be here for It's On Monday, but we will not be here for the Size Up on next Sunday. So I'm going to put that announcement out there right now. So y'all will see us the following Sunday. But I do want to make sure that we are getting the steps down. And then once we get through some of these steps, we're going to show you guys our vision boards. And we're doing the vision board for the year. So it's
okay. So is it okay if I have like a vision folder, because there is no place in where I live to put a vision board?
So last year I did mine digitally. I don't know if you actually did. Remember, I did it in Canva and I took it together. So I'm going to do that again. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I can put it on my laptop. I can put it on a computer. I can put it on my phone. That way, and I have bare walls in my apartment, because when I first moved in, I did not have the intention of staying here. I had pictures to put on the wall, but I never put them up. So, and so I have plenty of places to put my vision board in my house. However, I'm on the go a lot. I'm really, the way I feel like my schedule is about to go for the new year, I feel like I'm not going to really be at home. Not like I want to, because I'm a homebody. But I have so many different things that I want to do and some of the different ventures that I plan on starting. So I want to make sure that I keep my goals at the forefront. And so with that being said, I'm going to do the digital one. And you're on the Canva account too. So if you want to create one in the Canva account, you can. But that's what I want to do. So I'm going to be looking at pictures online, trying to do my copying and pasting and that sort of thing and putting that together, so that we'll be ready when it's time for us to do it. And we'll let you guys know when we're going to reveal our vision boards, because we're going to be doing the steps and going through that. So today we're going to talk about being intentional. But before we get to that, we must get to our normal roundup of stories that we have for you guys. So we're gonna kick it off with our shine, and we're gonna first of all, this young lady right here, Jennifer King. She is the first African American female. I meant to put female in there. NFL positions coach or coach period in NFL. She's one of two women that are coaches. But she's a full-time assistant coach with the Washington football team. I'm gonna need them to reveal their logo. I'm tired of this. I know they got mad over the Indian Chiefs, which
right.
It wasn't Chiefs, they were Redskins. Why haven't they? I got a question real quick. Why haven't they given the Kansas City the same heat that they've given Washington? I'm confused. Because Kansas City is still known as
the Chiefs, but you don't see that their mascot is not of an Indian. You know.
Okay.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. That makes sense. I always thought it was like Chief, Indian, Ghost. Okay. At any rate, Washington football team, Jennifer King is a positions coach there. Breaking barriers. I hate that it's taking so long for women to be in the conversation as far as coaching is concerned. It's still very taboo to see a female high school football coach now. So we had a female football coach on my son's team, not this year, but the year before. She coached our 12U boys on his football team. And I thought that was cool and pretty progressive of the team to have a female coach. So congratulations to her. I know that this is opening up doors for other women who want to get into the game, who want to coach. I know the NBA has a couple of female coaches as well on the sidelines. And so I'm super excited about this. And I wish her the best. I hope that she can move up to main coach one day. That's probably the goal. That's definitely the goal, I'm sure, for her. And I think it would be wonderful. I think it's the other female coach, by the way, is Tampa Bay's defensive line coach, Lori Locust. So, and I think
doesn't San Francisco 49ers got a coach?
A female
coach?
It had to have been maybe Lori at one time. I think Lori was on a commercial, and I can't remember what team she was coaching for at the time. But and these are full-time coaches. So if they do have one, that person may be part-time, but she's a full-time NFL coach. Yeah. So everybody loves her. I'm super excited for this. I can't wait to see her do great things in the NFL. So shout out to Jennifer. We want to also send a congratulations to Taylor Gibson, who just won Miss Memphis USA. She is going to be competing for Miss Tennessee USA and hopefully going on to this Miss USA pageant.
And win the
thing. I want to see that. So congratulations, Taylor. Do your thing, girl. We're rooting for you. Do they show the Miss Tennessee pageant on TV? I wonder.
No.
They don't? Oh, that's unfortunate. So this young lady right here, she's 9 years old, and she's following in her mom's footsteps, opening a bakery. Her name is Mariah Thomas, and she has opened up a bakery called Delightful Bliss Bakery, and it's over on Summer Avenue here in Memphis. I love to see stories like this when little kids open up businesses. This teaches them so much, and this, in my opinion, it sets them up for a better future. If she wants to go to college, she'll have the option to do so. I definitely want people to support her. There are a lot of kid entrepreneurs or kidpreneurs in the city. And it's amazing.
One of our most famous one is the Mo from Mo Bow Ties.
It's Mo, who is grown now, but he started.
He's grown now. Yeah,
he's 20. But you see they're getting to learn the inner workings, and they're getting this entrepreneurial these entrepreneurial gifts from family. This young lady um has been helping her mom and her grandmother bake and like learn to bake in the kitchen. And her mom and grandmother have been baking together for over 10 years. So I think this is really, really exciting to see. So this has been amazing. And you guys, they're over on Summer Avenue. If I can get they started in Southland Mall. So, and I think I remember this bakery. I think we tried to get their business, insurance business, but she they started over at Southland Mall. I think I remember that. And now they're over on Summer Avenue. So I'm super excited for this. Y'all make sure y'all go and support this business right here in Memphis. If you're from out of town and you come to visit, I want y'all to look for Delightful Bliss Bakery and go and support what they got going on. I'm super excited about this. You know what? Whenever I see kids that can cook, I always think about MasterChef Juniors and how those kids are on there.
And have very good imaginations and inspirations. And because I'm like, I just give me a cookbook and I'm gonna cook it, but I can't come up with none of these creations. Like yesterday, I was watching. I was doing something, but I was also watching Emerald Lagasse, and he has this. Yes, he has this thing called Pasta and Beyond, where you can make your own pasta. I'm like, I'm gonna order that, John.
I want one.
I want to order it.
On the mixers, like if you get the little mixers, where you mix your dough and your cake batter and all that stuff, they have a thing on there that you can attach to make your own pasta.
You mean like I know what you're talking about, the KitchenAid blender.
Yeah. I want a mixer so bad. I got the handheld one. I don't have the real one. And that's what I want. All right. So congratulations. All right. So we got some reality stuff to discuss. We have a lot, but I had to narrow it down because we also watch some of these shows and we also talk about them on its own. But hopefully this is going to help us narrow down tomorrow because we have a lot to talk about there too. So we're going to kick it off with Mary Cosby. So Real Housewives.
Disclaimer. Don't come for her or she will send Jesus after you.
Jesus after you. I don't understand why y'all haven't figured this out yet. But Mary did not show up to the reunion.
So that means she says, I quit.
And so I'm thinking that means it's over.
Unless she tells them, look, I have COVID.
I don't think she's going to do that.
If she want to come back.
I feel like Mary is over this. Over the show. The rumors about her church have grown since she's been on the show. Though they have a whole family battle because her mom felt like she should have gotten the money that grandma left and all this other stuff.
But grandmama left it to her mama. I'm sorry. Grandmama didn't think that you wanted neither. Yeah, grandmama didn't think that you needed it.
Right. That split the church in half.
Oh, hold on. I'm coming up with a theory. Don't laugh at me when I say this.
Oh, God.
Okay, maybe grandmama went to mama saying, if you want my money, you got to marry my husband.
She probably did.
And she said, no, I don't want to do that. Then she went to Mary, if you want my money, you're going to marry my husband. Okay.
That sounds plausible. It's pretty weird. Tidbit of information we didn't know. Sidebar before I get into this a little deeper.
Ooh.
Apparently, Robert Cosby, who is Mary Cosby's husband, aka her step granddaddy, is the brother of William Cosby, aka Bill Cosby. I did not know that. This was super news to me. Someone brought that up in one of the groups, and it pretty much shocked me. And then I went and had to Google, and when I Googled, I saw indeed he is the brother of Bill Cosby. Um, so
So maybe he has helped his brother with his foolery.
with the what now?
Helped his brother with the foolery, with the quaaludes and all that kind of stuff.
I don't think so.
You know, I'm just playing.
I mean, I don't think so, because Bill is on another level of celebrity. Like, we didn't know who Robert was until this show. I had no clue who Robert was until this show. Let me say this. I don't like how the ladies have ganged up on Mary Cosby. I don't.
I don't either.
Whitney ganged up. Whitney, she, keep in mind, Mary had a problem with Whitney. Because Whitney.
Okay, I can understand Whitney saying that she was driving when Mary called, but she didn't call Mary back, period. I think that's why Mary was mad at her, because
and I'm okay with that. I'm super okay with her being mad, but it went overboard. It was extreme. Whitney could have apologized and there'd be that on it. Whitney was mad because had Heather not told Whitney what the attire was for the afternoon, Whitney would have been in there looking like a Italian hooker, according to Whitney. So Whitney was mad about that.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind, Whitney has been beefing with Lisa since day one. Day one, Whitney and Heather have not liked Lisa, and they've been beefing with her. However, the beef has shifted to Mary. Okay. It looks bad for a whole bunch of white women and a couple of Asian women to be ganging up on this one black lady. I don't care what nobody say. Has Mary made some insensitive remarks? She absolutely has. Racist, I think, is a bit far-fetched, because she did make the remarks about Jenny's slanted eyes. And let me say this, and I might get in trouble for this. You know, I understand how that could be offensive, but your eyes are slanted. I'm just confused by how, I don't think she meant anything racially harmful towards Jenny when it came to that. Okay. So that's number one. Was it insensitive? It was. And she apologized for saying it, although she repeated it again before she apologized.
She said, "I'm sorry for saying that I love your slanted eyes." I was like,
right. And then she turned around and gave a more sincere apology. So that's the thing. I'm like, she gave her a more sincere apology. Another thing that a lot of Latino people were upset about was because she was saying that she didn't know Jen was linked to the Mexican cartel because the FBI came after her, blah, 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 blah. That is insensitive. I will agree. It is not racist. It is insensitive. Let me say this. It is prejudice and it's insensitive. Let me say that. Black people are not in a position of power. We ain't in a position of power. As a matter of fact, I would argue and say some of the Mexicans are more in a position of power than we are. I'm just going to keep it 100 as to how I feel and why I feel the way that I feel. We have had our foots on our necks for centuries, okay? Y'all come over here and y'all have sense of community. Y'all have all that down. Y'all might be beefing with Hector and them in the background, but when it's time for y'all to come together, y'all know how to come together. We still ain't got that down in our community. And so because of that, we have been oppressed for several years. Okay. So we are not in a position of power. So we are not racist. I need y'all to look at the definitions and go read Webster and dictionary.com. It's free online to go and Google that. So am I defending Mary in the comments that she made? Absolutely not. What I have a problem with Jenny, first of all, the new housewives always come on doing the most because y'all want to secure the contract to continue with the housewives. Okay, got it. Understand wholeheartedly. Jenny, however, I don't think that your hurt was sincere. I think it was sincere when you did the slanted eyes thing, but until she said anything about your eyes being slanted, you did not have anything to say about what she said as far as Jen was concerned when she was bringing you them Louis Vuittons. The other thing is, the Louis Vuittons that she gave you, she tried them on, which means she never wore those shoes. She literally tried them on, said, I don't like the way they make my feet feel. So, and they've been sitting in her closet. You had those shoes for a month. And so then you wanted to say, it's disrespectful to my culture if you give me a hand-me-down gift. Hell for that one hand-me-down. It's Christian Louis Vuitton. You tried it on, you wore them, you liked them. Then you're going to give them back. Okay, great, Jenny. I think you didn't have a problem, even with having them shoes, because you had them for a month. You had opportunity to pick up the phone and call Mary and say no. When Mary brought you the gift the night of, you could have gave the gift back.
Mm-hmm. But Jen Shaw said, look, I'll take them. Who would say no to Christian Louis Vuitton?
And she told you when she gave them to you, she was like, you didn't have to buy this for me. She said, no, they were in my closet. You didn't say nothing then. You didn't say, culturally, I can't accept these Christian Louis Vuittons because this is against my culture for you to give me a hand-me-down gift. So I just think there are some cracks in all of this. But the real reason that it's rumored that Mary is not coming back to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is because the rumors are that Cameron, which is the guy who's deceased, that said that he mortgaged off his house and gave Mary and her husband $300,000 or made the donation to the church with $300,000, which was stupid on his part. The dumbest, I don't care. Listen, if I decide, if that's a part of my tithes and offering, I'm going to do it. But if I am not in a position to pay you a large sum of money to your church, guess what? I'm not mortgaging off my house, you stupid. That was stupid of you to do. And then you going to blame her for it? You did that, sir.
Mm-hmm.
You did that. Ain't no church. I'm not hung up on pastors. I'm not a respecter of persons like that. You know what I'm saying? I respect the person that's in leadership, but not to the point to where I'm finna give you all my money. I'm not doing that. I have my own responsibilities and things to happen and take place in my own household. So I would not do that. Okay? Just wouldn't do it.
Hold on, girl. Go ahead, talk.
It was stupid on his part to do that. And to blame Mary for that is out of order. Lisa, Whitney, all of y'all wrong for blaming. And Meredith makes a point. That's a charitable donation. Nobody can make you mortgage your house to give them money. You made that decision. You signed your name on the dotted line. That's not a rash decision to make. You consciously made that decision. If somebody make me feel bad for not giving me no money, guess what? I don't feel bad because it ain't not. Let me change churches. How about that? I don't have to go to your church. That was stupid on his part. And I feel like he did that for camera time. I don't care what nobody say. I think Lisa set that up so that seed could be planted at her event. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, he's on the board of her thing, but why is he on camera talking about this? That was a setup. Lisa did that on purpose to bring that information on the show. I don't care what nobody say. I don't. So that
and then it tripped me out. Hold on, it tripped me out doing when they was in Vail, how they was all on Mary's side at 1st, especially Lisa. I'm like, y'all scared of me. Y'all scared of Mary.
Right.
I would just told her where to go and how to get there and be on about it.
Period. But and the other thing is, ask the questions. Don't try to sweep it under the rug. Ask the questions. If you want to know, ask the question. That's all you got to do is ask the question. You did not once ask her. Y'all talked about it, had a whole meeting about it behind her back. Y'all didn't have a choice but to have a meeting behind Jen's back because she was locked up. Okay? They arrested Jen. Okay? Or Jen got turned herself in, whatever, however that goes. They arrested Jen. So y'all didn't have no choice but to have that conversation behind Jen's back. But when Jen came back into the fold, y'all should have said what you said to her. Y'all didn't want to do that. They were even stepping on and walking on eggshells with Jen. You know what I'm saying? Not cool. So it is what it is. So make sure y'all check out Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. They come on Sundays after Portia's Family Matters.
Girl, I'm just gonna binge watch it. I have not seen it yet.
Who? Real Housewives?
The Portia one.
You haven't?
Mm-mm.
Child, when I say it's a mess, I'm telling you it's a mess.
But it's a mess in a good way because she's bringing in the ratings, right?
Well, so at first the ratings weren't doing well until that fight last week. When the fight happened, that's when ratings went up for Portia. And here's the thing: it's messy. I feel like this. Portia would have fared better on Real Housewives of Atlanta because I don't even see what type of storyline they about to have over there. I'm just keeping it 100 and real. Her family is worse than Kenya Moore. I don't care what nobody say. Her family is worse than Kenya Moore. They're worse. They really are. So I don't know what to say. You're gonna be like, I cannot believe. It's a couple of things that I don't 100% agree with. With how she's handling some of the stuff. And we'll talk about it. We'll delve into it some more tomorrow. I just think it's a lot of double standards. It's a big mess. I don't agree with a lot. I love Portia. She's still one of my favorite housewives. She's not my favorite. She's one of my favorites. But she and Dennis have a lot of growing up to do. And honestly, I feel like, I know Portia really wants to be married. I know she really wants to be in a relationship. I know she wants those things. But I really feel like Portia should have taken her time after the Dennis situation, because she has a lot of anger towards him. A lot of anger towards him. So I'll just leave it at that. Monique.
Yes, Queen. Come on back.
Monique Samuels will be returning to TV on the OWN network. They're going to do a Love and Marriage DMV version of the show Love and Marriage Huntsville. Love and Marriage Huntsville is a mess. An entire mess. I can only hope, because Chris Samuels actually has a real estate company. So I can only hope that this show doesn't get as messy as Love and Marriage Huntsville is. Love and Marriage Huntsville, and I'm just going to give you a little background on that show because I actually watch it. Group of couples getting together. They're all in the real estate industry in one way, shape, or form. And they get together and they're going to purchase, I think, 400 acres of land, and they're going to build like subdivision and businesses and that sort of thing in this neighborhood. And it's a way to kind of expand the Huntsville area. Well, things went awry because there was drama between two of the couples. And one of the other couples were caught in between. They were in the middle. Come to find out, one of the main characters cheated on his wife. The mistress, she just was on Tasha K not too long ago. I really wish you could watch that show, because that show right there, oh God, it's a lot of binging. But so you could get the context of everything that's going on. It's a whole but he cheated on his wife with this outside woman. The outside woman aborted, apparently had a miscarriage and aborted a baby, and then came back, and after he came back and impregnated his wife, he got the side piece pregnant. So he has a child outside of his marriage. So now they are divorced and they're still going through those changes. Things are pretty fresh. She can't move. She wants to move out of Huntsville. She can't move where she wants to live because, you know, daddy needs to be near the kids. And I'm sure part of their divorce decree has them having joint custody. It's pretty crazy. So at any rate, I'm hoping that this is not that. Monique and her husband will be the star couple. I imagine they're going to be hopefully producing the show as well. I'm praying they are. But I still think that she got done a raw deal. Apparently Bravo approached her again to do the Real Housewives girls trip. She turned that down. I think she's good on Bravo. I don't know that she'll ever come back to that Potomac circle. She doesn't need to. It's a bit toxic. But here we are. So hopefully and prayerfully this is a better situation for her. I know that they have 5 properties of their own. They've invested in real estate. So this seems to be like right up their alley. So I'm hoping the other couples that they're bringing to the table, which I know nothing about, are gonna bring it as well, and we're gonna have a good show. So we'll see how this goes. But this is gonna be on. We don't have a premiere date yet. I can't wait to do that. And once we get the premiere date, we'll definitely let you guys know.
Watch out, Potomac.
Watch out. That's all I got to say. So this made me cringe.
Girl.
Cringe. So they were having a conversation about race because I can't remember what came up that they discussed. I don't know.
They was talking about Black Lives Matter, and then I think
Black Lives Matter didn't come up initially. Initially, they were talking about the LGBTQ community, if I'm not mistaken, and I think the other Beth that was gay when she was on the show was talking about her.
Well, she said she's still a lesbian, but she's married to a man.
I really feel like she's like more pansexual, if I'm not mistaken. And the reason why I say that is because she's like, I love who I love. She married that man. She been in Hawaii for a week and they got married. So I think you just love who you love. But they were talking about that, and then the conversation shifted to Black Lives Matter. Tammy made some excellent points about it, and then Glenn, being white, used the N-word, and not the N-word. He said, and if they called my friend that, they called me that. No, but they didn't call you that, honey. Tammy was alone out on the ledge because David was there. And let me say this right now. Do I think the way they did David back in the day was incorrect? Yes. Tammy never called him a racist. Tammy did say she didn't feel comfortable with him being in the house, which is understandable. Because first of all, you did wrong. You know, on the show after 30 years and still say, hey, dog, I didn't do nothing wrong, is a bald-faced lie. Now, the Latino woman and the white woman, they were calling you a rapist. Those are the people that you should really be mad at, not Tammy, because if you had not have pulled her into the hall, pulled that blanket off of her, so people of the world could see her tiggo bitties on national TV, we wouldn't be here. Okay, right. You would have stayed in the house. No, he probably would have got kicked out because he was really, he's just a jerk. And I understand he claims he doesn't have a chip on his shoulder, but he does. He has a slight drinking problem. That's the other thing.
But here's my thing. You know, everything you're saying is correct, and I agree with you. But on this instance, she was expecting him to step up, and he explained the reason why he didn't say anything. He was like, hey, you know what? Why change anything that we possibly can't change? If we can't change within our own community and stop killing ourselves, why should I step up and talk about other races, how they doing us when we doing it to ourselves?
Let me say this. I would agree with that had David not pulled the black card that first day they were there when they were talking about the incident.
Okay.
I would totally 100% be behind that had David not said, yeah, and he continues to do that because he's called Beth the Karen.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're black and want to holler, y'all coming against a black man when it's convenient for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
I could understand. I know plenty of black people who don't want to rock the boat, and they don't never rock the boat. This man right here, however, he's a spineless jerk. When it's convenient for you to use that argument, that's when you use that argument. Period. Now, do I think she should have called Reggie? No. That was uncalled for. Unless that man actually put hands on you, that was uncalled for. Period. People, he can say whatever he wanted to say, but I don't think she should have called Reggie because she knew what Reggie was gonna do. She knew that.
So she wanted him to do that. That's why she called him. Because she wanted him to come over and do that.
Correct. You shouldn't have called Reggie. Reggie shouldn't have been called. David, I don't know if he's gonna last these next couple of days in that house with them people because none of them want him there. Period. I did not agree with the white people acting scared though. The man wasn't coming to see you. That ain't had nothing to do with you. Period. She called her husband over here. We just don't want it to be no problem. Ain't nobody coming for you. She told him specifically who it was that she needed him to talk to. That it had nothing to do with you. But let me say this. I don't care. I get David's explanation. David's explanation was whack. Period. Because you want to cry wolf when it's convenient for you. When you want to get the white people that you don't like, that you're in the house with, off your back. That's what you do. So,
But then he said he didn't want to talk about it no more.
But he kept talking about it.
But hold on. But then have you also seen when he was walking away and he was like, okay, I'm done with it. I don't want to talk about it. Tammy was following up behind him. No, we're going to talk about it. We're going to sit here and talk about it.
No. What she said was, let me tell you what happened. She was standing in the door. She didn't follow him. She was standing in the door, smoking her cigarette, because you know how she do. She said, because he was already upset with her at that point in juncture. David wasn't done with that conversation.
Yeah, the name calling, I was like, come on now, you in your 40s. You almost 50 years old, dude. Or you are 50. You shouldn't be calling her or David talking about her wig and stuff like that. That's high schoolish. That was very juvenile and high schoolish right there.
So he kept calling her a bitch.
Yeah. And that I was like, you are out of line.
If he was done, he was done. He was not done. She was done with the conversation. He was on his phone pretending to talk to whoever he was talking to. He claimed to talk to his child's mama. Pretending to talk to whoever he was talking to. Calling her a bitch. Talking about he gonna snatch that ring off. He gonna punch her in the mouth. He kept that going. That's what he kept going.
That's probably why she called her husband. Because
I understand that's why she called her husband. But I don't think that man was gonna do anything to her. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And the way that he is operating is in the slave mentality. I agree with her. I agree with her on that. Because you use it when it's convenient for you. When it's not convenient for you, you don't want to rock no boats. You are there. You came and signed up to be on this show to have these types of conversations. You agreed to be on this show for this purpose. Y'all having a conversation and you being an asshole about it. So, no, I don't agree with that part. They had the conversation. He explained it, but I think his explanation was bullshit. That's what I believe. Sorry, but it wasn't. It wasn't because if he hadn't came in there that first day on some y'all had my black, he was on that with the rape allegations. Then he's called them women Karens and all kinds of crazy stuff. I would be okay if there wasn't. You do it when it's convenient for you.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I'm gonna say this again to all the people out here who say, "Yeah, we have a black on black problem." We absolutely do. However, guess what? That's a systemic racism problem as well, because how am I, the Negro, can afford to go get guns and drugs and all this other stuff? You got to go to the root of the problem. The root of the problem ain't the colored people. The root of the problem is the people who brought the stuff into our communities, and it was not us. It wasn't us. All right. Well, Tammy was out on the ledge. Reggie came to the house. Oh God, oh God, oh God. We'll see what happens next week. And we'll talk about it a little bit more, just a little bit. We skimmed through it today, but we'll talk about it a little bit tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Oh, child. Chloe didn't leave Tristan. She's still with him. She's still with him.
So, over these last few weeks since we've been off, Mary Lee Nichols, I guess she's an Instagram. I don't know what she does for a living. Apparently had a little situation going on with Tristan. She became pregnant by Tristan Thompson. He did the regular baby daddy things. That's not my baby. I ain't never slept with that woman. Then it went to I only slept with her once, or whatever the situation was. She became pregnant. And let me say this right now. Just because you sleep with someone once does not mean that absolves you of getting that person pregnant. Okay?
And then hold on, but then this is another thing. Another girl was on TikTok talking about how Tristan paid her. I guess she's a prostitute or whatnot, and he got her pregnant, and she took his money to have an abortion. So my thing is this: y'all need to get tested
for the clap, because why? Famous people get venereal diseases too. Have we learned nothing from Usher?
Charlie Sheen.
They get venereal diseases as well. Just because they're famous does not mean that their privates are clean.
They just got access to better medication.
I'm over this. You know, I didn't want to talk about this to begin with, but I was like, okay, let's talk about it.
Yeah.
But I never felt sorry for Chloe for getting cheated on. Never.
No, because he had a pregnant girlfriend when she was trying to get up on him.
Not to mention, she was what's that man's name? French Montana was in a relationship with Trina when Chloe started dating him. Apparently Lamar Odom was still with his baby mama before they got together. So I see a pattern, and this is what
and then it's not just Chloe.
Oh no.
Kim was doing it with Kanye when he was with Amber.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie was doing it with Tiger when he was with China.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, and y'all thinking that's okay for y'all to do, but oh, God forbid anybody do it to you. It is just the wrong thing. Y'all just did an immortal sin by trying to take one of our men. Come on now.
You know that before Kanye and Kim filed for divorce, and Kim started messing with
Pete Davidson.
You know, he went out to dinner with them.
Pete Davidson went out with Kim and Kanye.
Just want to throw that out there. Saw a TikTok of him explaining how dinner went. Talk about they're such a cute couple. Oh, okay.
Girl. Okay, let's go to the next story.
So one of our greats have died. Sidney Poitier passed this past week. It was 94 years old.
That's how old my grandfather was when he passed.
Oh wow.
Great life, great life, great life.
I love Sidney Poitier. Guess who's coming to dinner? Uptown Saturday Night.
Raisin in the Sun.
Raisin in the Sun. In the Heat of the Night when he slapped that white man.
I mean, he just.
It was like a reflex. It was.
Oh, I love it.
Sidney Poitier is one of the great actors of our time. And let me just say this right now. I need y'all to go find Marla Gibbs. I need y'all to find Harold Belafonte. Hell, even Lawrence Fishburne. I need y'all to take them, put them in a bubble, wrap them up. Jennifer Lewis, throw her in there too.
My mama said we need to stop saying that because every time we say these people need to be in a bubble, they die.
No, it took a minute. It took a minute for some of them. Stevie Wonder ain't going nowhere. I've been saying put him in the bubble for years. He's still out here with them braids. I need somebody to tell him, baby, go and shave it off.
Shave the braids off. Shave the braids. Shave the braids.
I know that he and Harry Belafonte were very close.
Mm-hmm. And I loved his friendship with Denzel Washington. When Denzel Washington was talking about him, I saw some clips and stuff where he was talking about him. I was like, that's just awesome. Mm-hmm. Just awesome. That'd be like one of the people I would have really wanted to meet. I wanted to meet him. I wanted to meet Lena Horne, but of course, she's gone on to glory as well. I was like, to see in person.
Yeah. I love, it's a lot of the greats I would have wanted to meet, like Cab Calloway, of course, Lena Horne, Sidney Poitier. I still want to meet Harry Belafonte. I need you to hold on till I can meet you, sir. I love the fact that a lot of them have taken the actors of our generation under their wing.
Mm-hmm.
And I also like that Denzel and Felicia Rashad and other Black actors and actresses are taking the newer actors and actresses under their wing. Mm-hmm. And I like it. I like what Denzel has done for a lot of the actors and actresses. The guy who plays Ghost, Omari Hardwick, when he was filing on Hard Times, he slept on Denzel's couch. Mm-hmm. He's directing Michael B. Jordan. It's just it's I love it. I really, really love it. He mentored a lot of the guys that are coming up and ladies that are coming up. And so I'd like to think that Sidney did the same thing. And I'm thinking that pay it forward type of attitude is where you got it. I think he never had any boys. He only had all girls. I think it was like 6 of the girls that he had, all beautiful ladies. He was a girl dad, but he was an amazing actor. So if y'all are flipping through things, y'all want to look for Sidney Poitier movies, I'm sure they got them somewhere, a collection on Hulu or Netflix or Amazon or one of the streaming networks where you can catch one of his movies. Simply, truly an amazing actor. So rest in peace, Sidney Poitier. Just a week before Sidney died, the homie Betty went on to glory. Betty White.
And I wanted her to make it to her 100th birthday so bad. I was
excited for her 100th birthday celebration. I was real excited. I was going to go get me a birthday hat for the little birthday celebration that they was going to do for her. And they're still planning on doing it, by the way. Mm-hmm. Betty has acted for decades. Like, she's been in the industry for like 80 years. She's been doing her thing. And she's been on a ton of different shows. Gorgeous lady. Looked good for her age. She really did. And she died of natural causes, from my understanding. So quite peacefully. I love Betty White. She's hilarious. She's very funny. I've been watching the Golden Girls every night. I have to have a show to
Girl,
sleep. Um,
girl. Every time, I mean, I think it's between Betty White, Rose, and Sophia that have me cracking up the most.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Um, they are hilarious. Um, and I just love to see it. Now, of course, that comedy was like in the 80s, mid to late 80s, early 90s was the Golden Girls, and I loved it. I would love. I know they even went to England and performed some episodes of the Golden Girls on stage. I thought
Mhm.
that probably was very very fun. But I just love Betty White. She's just done an amazing job. Worked on movies. Ryan Reynolds has been talking about, you know, their little stuff. They have the little things over on TikTok, if you can see, where she told him to go get her something to drink. And he was like, Betty, I've been working with you for the last few weeks. As a matter of fact, some months on this movie. Well, when Betty White tells you to get her something to drink, you go get her something to drink. I love it. I love it all. She's hilarious. Um,
I
so
like that Snicker commercial.
yeah,
That
the Snickers
when
commercial.
she said, "Well, your girlfriend didn't say much about it last night."
So I love it. So we're definitely gonna miss Betty White. I think she's recorded some movies and some different things as well. So we still have more of her to see. Um, but I can't wait till this celebration, and as we get because her birthday is supposed to be on the 17th. Was supposed to be the 17th of this month. So
And Saturday Night Live, the day after she passed, Saturday Night Live, we aired her special, her time when she
I
had
think Jay-Z was the artist.
and people requested to Saturday Night Live to have Betty White host.
Yeah.
They wanted to
Oh,
see her.
yeah. I love it. I
And
love
it was
it.
the Mother's Day special. It was the Mother's Day episode because that was the season finale on that season.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna miss you, Betty White. We're gonna miss you. Look now. I need y'all to give us a break. Please give us a break. Uh,
Faith, come on, we're getting older, so these folks are. It's inevitable.
I
We
know it
can't
is,
stop it.
but I don't need no more back to back deaths. Okay. We had Betty and Sydney. I don't need no more. Give me a couple of months at least. Hold
And
on.
people forgot that Betty White was on Mama's Family. She was playing one of Mama's daughters.
Mm-hmm. She was she was on Mama's Family. She was on what's the other one? Mary Tyler Moore show.
Mary Tyler Moore, uh-huh. And I
Um
know on the Game Show Network all day yesterday they've been playing Match Game and Passwords with her on it.
and
Because my
she
mama
had
was
her
watching
own like show, like variety show, but they canceled it because she had a black artist on her show. They didn't want her to have the black artist on the show. She pushed for it. He was on there. She actually gave him more airtime than he was supposed to have. That prompted them to cancel her
it.
show. I was like, oh my God, you had the most beautiful dimples. She never had any biological kids. She had a whole bunch of dogs. I think she said she's had 26 dogs. She did have
And
three
then she
stepchildren that she adored.
right, right.
And loved them like her own. Her husband Alan London, I think was his name, or Luden. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Was the love of her life. She'd been married 3 times. That was her last marriage. It lasted till he died. And she said that
Hmm.
was the love of her life.
In fact, they
So
said that was her
shout
last
out
word
to
was Alan.
was
Her
it?
assistant said that was her last words was her husband's name.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Wow. Well, she gets to see him now. All right. So my guy Steph, we were talking about this. Steph Curry has 2,974 career career 3-pointers. He broke the record, surpassed Ray Allen's career mark. And of course, Steph ain't retiring no time soon. The Warriors have been doing pretty good. And Klay Thompson is back. I just want to let y'all know that. So Team Light Bright might be dominating in these playoffs. The Lakers, let me say this. I'm quite underwhelmed by this championship team. The LA Lakers. Even with Lebanon James on there, y'all still ain't doing what y'all need to do. The Grizzlies have been on fire as well. Jay Morant has been doing his thing, and it's shown Memphis why we did acquire him in the draft. I only hope and pray that he doesn't transfer to another team, but I think the Grizzlies are actually going to make the playoffs this year, which is wonderful. They're doing an excellent job. So shout out to Steph for doing his thing, and getting this 3-point career making goal. Super excited about that. Let's move on. Okay, so
Lord, heal this dude's mind. I mean, just heal him in Jesus' name.
Let me say this.
I know what you're about to say, and I agree with you. Let
me say this,
but just touch his mind. I mean, I'm just saying, if there's anything mentally wrong, touch his mind, Father God. That's all I want to say.
Let me say this. So, a couple of things before I start with the background on this story. Antonio Brown is not my favorite football player. And not because he is not a good player. It's because of a lot of his antics off the field. I put him in the same category as Ocho Cinco and T.O. Literally, I put him in that same category, except he's taking it a step further, because I don't remember Ocho Cinco had the incident with the girl from Basketball Wives, Evelyn.
And now he's in a relationship with the girl from Selling Tampa.
He is. They've been in a relationship for quite some time now. I don't have a baby on the way. Which is funny because, from my understanding, once you get pregnant by that man, if y'all ain't married, he ain't marrying you. Just a thought. But I digress. I hope that doesn't end bad for her. He's been accused of sexual assault by multiple women. He faked his COVID vaccination. You know, Aaron Rodgers just lied about it. He literally took it a step further and had somebody fill out some fake cards for him and presented it to the team. Not paying chefs, not paying people that he owes money to, like trainers, that sort of thing. It's been a mess. But let me say this. Oh, also, there are symptoms of CTE that have been verified by examining the brains of those who have been deceased that played football that have CTE. Let me start with that. With that being said, there is no way to diagnose CTE in a living specimen. It's
because they need to examine the brain.
They have to examine the brain. Okay.
In its rare form. I mean, they have to open up the skull and examine it. They can't do no CT scan or no brain test or nothing like that.
Right.
You have to be dead for them to look at it.
Absolutely. So let's start with that. So,
okay, your son is up.
You hear the child?
Yes.
And this door won't close all the way, but it don't matter because even if I have it closed, he'd be loud. So Tampa Bay was playing the New York Jets. I want to say it was a Monday night game. And all of a sudden you see Antonio Brown stripping out of his pads and his shirt, and And he literally just woke up. It's like when as soon as I got on here, I heard him.
That's how they be.
I don't understand. You could have just stayed asleep, son.
Mm-hmm.
So Antonio Brown is stripping out of his shoulder pads and his shirt, and he's throwing up the peace sign to the crowd. Nobody knew what was going on. Pretty crazy. Well, Antonio released a statement saying that the coaches were trying to get him to play in the game. He didn't feel comfortable. His ankle was injured. He'd been on the injury list previous weeks, and he was saying that he didn't feel comfortable playing on it, and so the coach told him to get out of there. So that's what he did. The coach said he didn't tell Antonio to leave, which was, I think, a lie. Somebody told that man to get off the field. I don't know which one. I think they knew how that would make him look. So somebody told him to go on about his business because he can't make the decision of whether or not he play. They make that decision, and I wholeheartedly believe that that's what they told him.
Mm-hmm.
Antonio Brown got a outside orthopedic doctor, outside of the team doctor, to look at his ankle. Did an MRI, found that his ankle was indeed damaged, and if he continued to play on it, it could hurt his career in the future. Okay. He was not released. I don't know if they finally released him or not, but he was technically not released because they had to kind of sort their story out.
Mm-hmm.
So the time they were saying that Antonio Brown was no longer on the team, that was a lie. I think they have since released him since the last time I checked on this story. Antonio Brown has text messages proving that they did indeed know that he did not feel comfortable playing in that game. So let me say this for those people who were saying that this is because of the monetary bonus that he was supposed to be getting for making a touchdown and making so many catches and running so many yards. This had nothing to do with that, because if it had something to do with that, I would blame Antonio for this, because he was suspended for 3 games for faking his COVID vaccination. So let's talk about that, because if that's your argument, he took that time away from himself by breaking the rules. Okay. So that's not an argument that's on the table. What I do believe is this. I do believe that the old frame of mind that athletes are robots is applying to this particular situation. And Antonio said, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I want to continue to play football for as long as I possibly can. So, since I want to play football for as long as I possibly can, I want to be healthy while doing it. Which means if you are going to force me to play, I'm not going to play. And that is my decision. It's not your decision. I don't care if you're my coach or not. Very viable reason. And I agree with him. I wholeheartedly agree. If my son was playing for the NFL, I'm sorry, and did not feel comfortable playing in a game due to his health, that would be absolutely positively a no for me.
Mm-hmm.
Fine, get your outside doctors, look at it, make sure that you are actually okay to play. If that doctor say you ain't okay to play and you have that, you're not okay to play.
Mm-hmm.
The bad thing about it is that unlike the NBA, the NFL money is not guaranteed. So if you get hurt, they can cut your contract for that particular year short. Invest well. I wish they would change that, but it's been the same way for so many years. I don't know that the Cowboys connection is going to change that practice. But I agree, unfortunately, with Antonio on this one. I don't particularly care for him as a player. As a person. I'm sorry. He's a good player. I don't care for him as a person because of a lot of his antics outside. I think he does. A lot of people, y'all think you could throw therapy on it. He does. He needs to sit on somebody's couch because he got some problems outside of this situation. He has problems. He needs to talk to a therapist. Not only that, I think he needs to do what he needs to do to be healed so that he can play. Now, here's the bad part of that. I'm not sure. He's claiming that teams have approached him. I'm not sure that he's going to have his pick of the meal, if you will, as far as the team is concerned. Typically, the Dallas Cowboys get your quote unquote problem players. I don't know that that's something that Antonio would be interested in getting. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know that people are going to be knocking down his door for him to come and play for them. Mm-hmm. I do want him to get healthy. I do want him to be better. If nothing else, that's what I want. So, I am praying for Antonio Brown, praying that the surgery that he is scheduled to have on his ankle takes and he's able to get through rehab and do what he needs to do and heal well so he can get back to what he loves to do. That's it. That's it.
Let's go. Yeah.
I was shocked. Let me say this. The tears on the stand did not help. If you guys are familiar with this story, Kim Potter. I'm a boss babe. Yes, I am. Police officer who stopped Deontay Wright in a traffic stop. And instead of reaching for her taser, which she thought she did, which I don't even know why she needed to reach for her taser, because I don't remember hearing that he was resisting or anything in the situation. Instead of her reaching for her gun or her taser, which she claimed she thought she did, she reached for her gun and shot and killed Deontay Wright. I think this was in Illinois.
But I don't know. You know what? That I thought it was my taser is a crap, because you're right. Your gun is on the hand that you basically write with, right?
Yeah. That's what gun you shoot.
So, and then the taser is on the weaker side, right? You knew. You just wanted to use that as a cover up. And then say, "Oh, I thought it was my taser," and then acting like you crying and I shot him. I think I shot him.
So let me tell you what the jury said. The jury said that they believed that she made a mistake, but they also believed that she needed to be penalized for the mistake that she made, because guess what? That's a deadly mistake. And of course, we see that it was a deadly mistake. It's very possible that she thought that was her taser. It's quite possible. It's heavier, let me say that, than a taser. But it's quite possible in the heat of the moment she might have felt scared. But that goes back to my whole thing is, if you are afraid to police us, do not police us.
Right, right.
Mayberry and police the people in Mayberry.
And then her little crying spat in court, and ain't no damn tear coming out her eye. Come on.
That only worked for Kyle Rittenhouse.
Well, Kyle Rittenhouse had actual tears coming out. I don't know how he did that. But she ain't nothing coming out. Come on, sis. Come on.
Well,
you gotta do better than that.
She was found guilty of manslaughter. We don't know what she's gonna be sentenced to as of yet, but she will do time. She's no longer a police officer. And she doesn't need to be. Ahmaud Arbery's killers were sentenced to life with possibility for parole. I really wish it was without parole, but this is not the end of their story. So the family had the opportunity to settle in the civil rights case against them. The family said they did not want to settle. They said they wanted them to go through the whole civil rights case and have those federal charges brought against them too. Because how would they learn if we just settle? And I agree with it. So they're sentenced to life with a possibility for parole.
After 20 years?
Yeah.
I thought it was without parole for the father and the son.
Hold on. Let me double check.
And with a possibility of parole for the dude that taped him.
Hold on.
Baby girl.
Hold
I'm
on.
the Vicskeyas.
No. Okay, you're right. No parole for the father and son. The article that I read said with the possibility of parole. Okay. And rightfully so. The father and the son don't deserve parole at all. The man who was recording it really don't deserve parole.
Stupid but you know what? 75% of the justice has been done because we still need that district attorney to pay for not even bringing the charges up.
They're on her tail right now too. So hopefully we'll see how that goes. Um, but I'm glad that justice was served in this because they had no reason to kill that young man at all. No reason. It was no reason in the previous case, but it definitely wasn't a reason. This man was minding his business, running through the neighborhood. That was it. No reason whatsoever. Um, as you see, Dr. Dre is celebrating.
DAF.
Yeah. He had to pay his ex-wife $100 million though.
Which is
So
really Trump change to him because he's a billionaire.
yeah.
But shoot, I'll be happy with that 100 million. Give me
Man,
100 million.
for
Just give me
real.
100 million. Slap me around once or twice and then
I'm just saying,
give me
I would have been cool with $1 million, but she's been comfortable in a certain lifestyle. So because she's been comfortable in that lifestyle, she they gave that to her, and it is what it is. He's still rich, and she gets $100 million. It is what it is. I just want to stay in the house.
Ehu. People saying it means I hate you. I hate you, people.
I'm sick of this. So we got Omarion is the people say who can't pronounce Omicron.
Omicron. We got the Ehu, and then we got the flu Rona, where you can get the flu and corona all together, which I thought the coronavirus was just an extensive flu. So
I don't want any of it. Can y'all take it back to wherever it came from? This is ridiculous as the day is long. People still don't want to wear their masks. I'm not going to push a vaccination on anybody. I'm not going to do it. You
I'm
can
getting my
still
first
get it.
dose next week, though.
You can still get it with the vaccination, but from my understanding, it would be synonymous with the cold, in opposed to you having like a flu or having the actual coronavirus, which a lot of people said it was the worst for them, the worst feeling ever. Wasn't good. Some people who it gravely affected either died from it or they're having other health issues as a result of it. A lot of people were put on the ventilators. That's caused them lung problems after the fact. So it's a lot that goes into it. I literally think that if people will stop being nasty and wash their hands and wear your mask,
we got a comment.
It's no, I can't understand it.
Oh, okay.
I honestly believe that if that were the case, that we would be in a better place. But it does not seem like COVID is going anywhere. Right now, there's a crisis in the school systems. A lot of people are leaving education because they feel they don't feel safe. A lot of teachers are out of school because they have COVID. A lot of children are out of school because they have COVID. It's been a mess. If I'm not mistaken, and somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, I read an article somewhere where it says the entire Chicago public school system called out. I said, we ain't coming to work. We sick. Ha ha ha. We sick. So the kids did not have teachers, forcing them to go virtual. It's been quite a journey. There are schools here in the city. I know of two for a fact that are charter schools that said they had too many people out and their kids are at school. I think you told me that your baby's school is out until you said Wednesday or Thursday.
Right, they got to go back Thursday. They're doing it virtually Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Uh, I'm kind of have mixed emotions because I do want him to go to in-person school, but the drive right now, I'm like, okay, that just saved me some gas right there. But we're gonna
It's
see
a
how he's
mess.
gonna do because he's supposed to be going. This is school. It's not like you're supposed to clock in just to see what you got. It's an actual school, so.
Right. So it's a mess. It's a mess. Um, and I really think we need to be back at the house. It's
Mhm.
getting worse. I've never seen so many people. Like when we first had it, I was hearing people's aunts and uncles, grandmama, granddads, parents had it. Now I'm seeing a lot of us up and down my timeline have COVID. And it's not cool. And it's a scary thing to see because I definitely don't want to lose any friends to COVID. Um, so that's the thing. That's been the difference in it. And it's getting the people, you guys are pushing the vaccine. We can still get the disease and can still pass it on to people. I have two older parents that have pre-existing conditions.
Mhm.
I definitely don't want to pass on anything because although it might be like a cold for me, if I have it, I don't want to pass it on to my mom or dad. So there has to be a better way to deal with this. Everybody's so money hungry. It's ridiculous at this point, in my opinion, because basically we're thinking about money over lives, in my opinion. I think it needs to be a way for people to effectively work from the house. Just my thought process. Now let me say this. I think that certain places they need to be at the office because they ain't working at the house. They chilling at the house.
Mhm.
But there's a company that had virtual workers and they fired quite a bit of their employees that were working from home because they found out that they weren't working when they were at home. Um, Pretty crazy, but there has to be a better way to deal with the situation. And I don't know that anybody really cares, especially the Republican government. Um, they don't care. So we stay in a Republican run state for the most part, although Shelby County is Democratic and Nashville is Democratic. We have a Republican governor, and he signed into law that the schools have to have special permission to go to virtual learning. So I'm like, so everybody got to file dead before you see that because they want the money, the education money that's being provided. So it's pretty crazy, in my
And then we
opinion.
got our stupid governor who just forbidding this any schools in Tennessee to go virtual.
I just said that. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's
And they
stupid.
have to have special permission if
It,
they do go virtual. Yeah.
right. In Soulsville did they requested a temporary one. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking that probably they're gonna go back to virtual
Everybody
until
needs to go back to virtual. I mean, I get it. On one hand, I understand not having the support because a lot of parents have to go to work. So I get that. I understand wholeheartedly, 100% get that. Um, a lot of the jobs are very insensitive, and that's why a lot of jobs don't have employees working for them because they're very insensitive to the needs of those employees. Um, Especially during COVID. So a lot of educators though have left education um due to the COVID. So we will see how this pans out. I would like to think that the kids are, you know, um eventually gonna go back home to virtual learning. But again, we shall see.
Mhm.
Um, so I just have a question. Why?
And my question is it real chicken? We're
I
supposed to have this
mean,
wing footage. How y'all got wings?
houseway. Houseway. I have heard mixed reviews about it. Some people said it tastes like the gas station chicken. Some people are saying that it's awful. Some people are saying they're fine. I don't know what to believe, and I just feel like y'all need to stick to tacos. This is really like when Burger King decided they were gonna do tacos for a hot minute.
That was a hot mess.
It
I
was
was like,
then I heard at one point McDonald's had McSpaghetti, and they still do it over in Asia. I need y'all to stay in your lane.
stick with the tacos. Bring back the Mexican pizza because I think people want the Mexican
That's what I
pizza
want.
back.
Somebody said they supposed to come back with it in May.
My
That's what I
son
want.
said
I want the Mexican
they need to
pizza
make
back.
the nacho fries a permanent thing and stop teasing him.
You know what? I was not feeling the nacho fry. I didn't
I
understand
wasn't
why
either.
y'all did that either. A lot of people was like, "Oh, it was fat." No, it wasn't. They were okay. I can go to regular the same fries. I just feel like
I can look. I can get some fries or make some fresh cut fries. Get some Taco Bell seasoning and dip it up, fry them, and get some nacho cheese.
and be done with. Like I feel like we should stay in the lanes in which the Lord has given us. If you make chicken, make chicken. Don't make burgers. If you make burgers, don't make chicken. If you make tacos, chicken wings should not be a part of your repertoire at all. No,
it's like KFC saying, "Okay, we're gonna sell tacos."
like, why are you doing that? I need a chicken wing from you, not no tacos. It's disrespectful and it's wrong. And I feel like y'all done got some stray cats and decided y'all gonna make some wings out of them because it's a wing shortage. I'm paying $82 for a 6-piece at the regular wing shop, and I go to KFC. I don't know how much their wings are, but you mean to tell me y'all done found some wings from somewhere? I don't believe it. Y'all better get them armadillo wings on. I'm not for it.
the rabbit wings. Rabbit.
Like, no, I just no. What? Explain to me what you're doing, because it's not what's hot. So I just pray that no one falls dead from trying these Taco Bell wings. Because they didn't cook them long enough, or whatever the situation is, and you got the rabies because you done ate the Taco Bell.
The rabbit.
Okay, so apparently they are in search for a suspect for the young Dolph murder. Now this guy right here is 23 years old. His name is Justin Johnson. He has a rap name called Straight Drop. He apparently was a part of the PRE family, which is ironic.
Sometimes you need to watch who you have around your circle.
Absolutely. This is where my problem is with this. This man was accused of and pled guilty to a triple shooting back in 2017. They did not put him in prison because they said he cooperated. So he spent a little time in jail, but not the full time in jail. So he got out. I got a problem with them. Why y'all let him go? I don't understand. I get first time offenders and all this stuff. And they said over the years he's had a history of violence. Why he ain't in nobody's jail? I don't understand that.
But he says that he's innocent. Is that him that said
turn himself in tomorrow? We'll see. According to his Instagram page, he supposedly got new music that's dropped. He got the digital billboards in the city. I just think, let me say this. This is my theory. This is me playing devil's advocate. What if he's the fall guy? There were two people that they saw on video. What if he's the fall guy? What I just think about that. That's in the back of my head because you can't
Mm.
be that dumb. You can't be dropping music and getting billboards and doing this. It's just a thought. Now, if he did it, please throw him under the jail because you took a man away from his family. You know, he got a slew of fans and you did it right here in his hometown and it's ridiculous. But it's, at the same time, I question it because how are you this dumb? How?
These kids today ain't really the smartest crayons in the box.
And he is proven not to be that. Okay. Hopefully he does what he claims he's going to do on his Instagram page and turns himself into 201 Popular, uh, and go through the trial and everything. I don't know what evidence that they have secured to prove that he is indeed a suspect. They have not been forthcoming with that information. So hopefully that'll all come out in the wash and we'll see what happens with that. I wanted to do a slight conversation about this because I feel like if we're going to talk about it, and I know you said it was too hard for you to watch, then we're going to definitely talk about it on its own. Um, Women of the movement, let me say this, and I want to be very clear when I say this. Every child needs to see this story. Every child. Um, they need to see this because this was a child who got killed for, in my opinion, nothing. 1955, but this is still ringing true today. Ask Trayvon Martin, ask Tamir Rice. These babies are getting killed. What's that baby's name? Jordan, that was playing the music in his car. White people still feel empowered to kill our black kids. I said it. There are some white people that still feel empowered in the year 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. Of course, we don't have any reported accidents as of yet, but there are still people who are empowered to kill our babies. And it's wrong. And this was not a police brutality situation. This was two regular old white men who decided to go pull a 14-year-old child out of bed in Mississippi and kill him.
The only justice that I know is that at least one of them died a horrific death.
What was the horrific? I just know they died. Who died a horrific death? And
One of the men that killed them. According to what I gotta find it, but I think he got killed by one of them cotton gin types of machinery.
that's what he get.
The
That's what
tractors,
he
the
get.
tractor, the tractor.
That's what he get. God, oh
I'm gonna
my
need it.
goodness.
Yeah, that woman. But the woman eventually, that woman is gonna see hers. I don't know how. I thought she had already died, but
Now
apparently she
Carolyn
didn't.
is alive, baby.
I heard that it was a rumor a long, long time ago that she had cancer and died, but I see she's
It's a
not
lie.
dead.
She's living with family in one of the Carolinas, south or north. I'm not sure which one. She admitted on, and they have her on tape saying that baby did not do the things that they claimed that he did, and that she lied on tape saying that she lied. Her
She need to do
children,
some kind of time. I don't care if it's 30 days, a year, a month. She need to be in jail.
the
So
fact that
somebody
she,
can beat so somebody can beat her up
I
while
just
she in
feel
jail.
like this is ridiculous. And to see his cousin cry, I mean, this man got to be 80 some years old, shedding
Hmm.
tears on national TV because he
Hmm.
remembers when they came and pulled this baby out of the bed. It's ridiculous and crazy. This comes on ABC on Thursdays. It's a limited series. Directly after the series airs, there's a documentary. It's a 4-part documentary called Let Them See. I want you guys to definitely, kids need to know about this. This is a
Mm-hmm.
part of our history. It's the ugly part of it, but it's the part of our history. And y'all, I have to understand that the civil rights movement, this happened on a regular and consistent basis over the years. And there's so many kids whose stories didn't get told because they went ahead and just, it was another story. I can't remember where it was, where these babies, they had to be 12 to 16, I think. It was 7 or 8 of them. They all got murdered and they just got pardoned, I think last year, because somebody accused them of rape. I don't
Mm.
like it. And it makes me upset because here's the thing. I don't care what you say about women's rights. White women were just as involved in the racism at that particular period of time. Not all, but a great deal of them were just as involved in racism as their husbands were. They weren't victims in that period of time at all.
Mm-mm.
Get with your kids and make them watch this. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, here we go. We are getting vision boards together and we're doing the vision boards with intention. You got to be very intentional about what you're doing and how you're doing it when you're creating your vision board. So, and I got this from an article that I found online, a blog called Life's Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and the person who writes the blog, her name is Nikisha. Uh, she didn't put her last name on here, but it's a home and lifestyle blog.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find it. I'm super excited about it. So what we're gonna do is we're going to make sure that we're intentional with the goals and the things that we're putting on our vision boards. And then once we get done with this, our plan is to show you guys our vision boards. I would like to have a couple of people on the day that we actually do them and show them. And we're gonna do ours digitally through. I'm gonna do mine on Canva. Hopefully, Wendy will do the same, so that we can just kind of show you guys what our plans are and how we plan to. And this is for the year of 2022. It's not a 5 year from now or 10 year from now goal. This is the goals for this year. I We did our vision board. A couple of the goals that I did meet. I did not meet all of my goals from last year.
Mm-hmm.
But some of those goals from last year are seeping over into this year. So I'm hoping and praying that we can be successful in making sure that we do our thing with that. So we're gonna kick it off with the first thing. When you're putting your vision board together, you got to think about the big picture. And when I say think about the big picture, you need to answer these questions. Okay. Question one: what is your why? What is your why for putting this vision board together? What do you want to create in life? So over this
Mm-hmm.
next year, what are you trying to create with this vision board? What is your passion? Think about those passion things. And let me say this: a lot of us are working 9 to 5 jobs that we do not like, that we
Mm-mm.
absolutely hate. And there is something to be said about people that have stepped out on faith and worked on their passion. And basically, when you're working in the passion, or when you're doing what we call passion living, well, they say if you don't work, it doesn't feel like work when you do those things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, where do you see yourself? So we're gonna say over the next year, but basically, typically when you're doing it, you see yourself over the next however many years that you plan to do it. But like I said, we're just narrowing it down to this year. What do you want to leave behind as far as the legacy is concerned? And we're going to do another legacy episode. I do it at least once a year. We talk about life insurance and talk about those things to enhance the things that you could put aside for you and your family to help build and grow, and to help you save and help you not be in a position to where you're getting sued by people, that sort of thing. So that is in probably next month is when we're going to do that. And then what kind of impact do you want your life to make? So the impact that you wanted to make with this, so the goals that you have set for yourself, that could be impacting other lives. It could be impacting your life. A lot of us need to make impact in our own lives. You know, we need to vacation more. We need to see the world. It's some things that we need to do that's gonna make us better people. So make sure that you're answering those questions. Make sure that you are oh Lord Jesus. Make sure you're answering those questions when you're looking at that. Um and make sure that we are you're definitely being intentional about putting those things together. And your goals don't have to necessarily be career driven. They can be goals that you want for your family. They can be goals that you want for your love life. I think Heather did an example of one last year with kind of like a love vision board. And you know what? I'm gonna reach out to Heather and see. I know it's been tough for her to join us lately, but I'm gonna reach out to her and see if she wants to do an episode with the love vision board as well. So you can have different vision boards for the different things that you want to see and those changes that you want to see in your life. So make sure that you guys do that. The next thing is set your goals. So we always have goals that we have set. Um, and with those goals, you want to be specific, very clear and concise about those goals. You want them to be measurable so we can track them over time. So over this next year, we may even revisit our vision boards to kind of see where we are. And I'll see that. I think one year Heather and I did a live and we did a vision board. And the plan was to come back to the table and to look at it to see where we are with those goals. I think we're going to try to keep each other accountable this year with it and see. So we'll probably revisit this in the next quarter to kind of see where we are or see if we're making any progress in said goals. They also have to be attainable. They have to be attainable. They can be challenging, but they have to be goals that you feel like you can definitely achieve in this period of time. They also must be relevant. Now, although we are looking at the short term here within this next year, what we want to see, there it's also good to have in the background those long-term goals in the background. And I'm not saying don't have those long-term goals set, because the short-term goals are going to seep into the long-term goals. Like a big long-term goal of mine, for instance, is creating multiple streams of income so I can be making money even when I'm asleep. So there are some smaller steps that I have to take to get to those things so that I can have those multiple streams coming in and working for me. And then they have to be time bound, which, like I said, we're looking at over the next year for these goals. But then those bigger goals in the back of your mind, as you write those bigger goals down, you have, I want to attain this in the next year, the next 2 years, next 3, 4, 5, that sort of thing. So those are good things to do. Next, you need to gather images and inspiration from Pinterest, from the internet, and from magazines. So for the purpose of doing it digital, a lot of my pictures are probably going to be coming from Pinterest and from the internet, because I'm just going to cut them, copy them, and paste them into my vision board that I create, my digital vision board that I create. But if you're going to do a physical vision board, which we don't have a problem with you doing, whatever's going to work best for you, make sure that you have those images together, organize them, make sure they are going to fit into or align with the things that you want over the time period of time frame that you're setting your vision board up for. Okay. Gather your supplies and organize your images. So you're gonna organize them. Like I said, you could organize them on a large poster board, foam core board, bulletin board, cork board, wall grid, or empty wall. Sometimes, and I was telling Wendy when we got started, I think you guys were in the conversation, where I just have a whole bunch of blank walls in my apartment. Now, am I going to cut out stuff and put it on that wall? Probably not. I'm gonna have the digital because I'm always on the go. So I like to see it on my phone. I like to see it on my laptop, any computers, that sort of thing. Any type of media devices that I have, that's where I want my vision board to be so that I can see it and I can keep those goals in the forefront. But if you're going to do a physical vision board, hang it somewhere that you go and look at. So a lot of us have home offices. Have your vision board in your home office so you can see it. A lot of us have, living room space or den or your bedroom. A lot of people have their vision boards hanging up in their bedroom. That's a great place to have it. You can see it when you wake up in the morning. You can see it when you go to bed at night. So that's a good point to make. And then again, piggybacking off of what I just said, is make sure you place your vision board in a place where you will see it every day. So mine is going to be saved on my phone. It's going to be my wallpaper for my phone. It's going to be on my laptop. Right now I got Stabler on my laptop thanks to Paul. It's his fault. He put Detective Stabler on there. But my plan is to also have my vision board on my laptop. So whenever I use my laptop and go into that, I'll see it. I'm going to probably see if I can print it out. It'll be in a small version so I can have it somewhere on my desk at work. I'm going to have it in different places that I know that I'm going to look at and I'm going to be in every day. So those are just some of the things that I want to. And I just wanted to put those points out there for you guys to get you started with your vision board.
I think right now on my vision board, if I'm not mistaken, well, on my wallpaper, I know y'all can see me. Oh Lord, what did I do? Hold on.
I can see you.
No, I was trying to get out of some stuff. If you should go onto my MacBook, you will see the rose quartz diamond ring. That's a seminar gift. If you hit your financial goals in Mary Kay.
Right.
Mary Kay loves to give out rings and diamond rings and free stuff. Because I love pink. I mean, you should see it. It's just beautiful. And so I'm trying to debate now. It's almost time for me to get my battery. If I should change it and put my digital goal poster as a wallpaper,
could you
include it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because you put it on the digital poster.
That's what
I think that would
thinking
be
about
good
doing
for you to do. Yeah, because if that's something that you want to happen and want to take place, then I think it would be good to just put it on your digital vision board. I don't think it's a problem with it at all. And let me say this again, it could be different things. You can have different vision boards. That's the other thing. You can have a vision board for career. You can have a vision board for your personal life. You can have a romantic or love vision board. You want to have those things lined up. Now, I personally, I would like to get out there dating, but dating is scared. I really think there is some pee in the dating pool for real. But my focus is not that. My focus is making sure I get to where I need to be. So that when it's that time and that time comes, I'll be ready. I'll be in a better position because I don't want to. Although I definitely want to be in a relationship, but I definitely want to have those things relationship wise. I do know that I'm also a workaholic, and I do a lot, and so I don't want to be unfair to the other person involved. If I do get in a relationship, now if you ain't, let me say this, that don't mean, Mr. Right, if you listening to this, that don't mean don't approach me. And what I'm saying at all. Putting that out there right now, because I don't want you to miss out on your blessing. Okay. But I know I'm super busy and I don't want to be in a position to where I'm neglectful in a relationship when I'm working on these said goals. So I have to also be honest. You also got to be honest about your intentions, and you also have to be honest about the goals that you're setting for yourself. Like I said, is it attainable? Can I have a boyfriend and work the multiple ventures that I plan on working on in 2022? We have to see. But yeah, so and I think all of that is timing too. I could probably schedule something, talk to you every day, and maybe we can have a date night once a week. I don't know. I feel like it can be worked out, but that ain't my focus right now. So hopefully I can put something together and that could be a focus after I meet said goals. But right now I'm honed in on these goals and honed in on trying to make this multiple stream of income work for my good. So I think that's good to have, but make sure that, like I said, you're very honest about what you want to do and where you are with what you're wanting to do as far as your goals are concerned. Hold on, child. I gotta get used to this. All right, so we talked about this briefly on the year in review show. I know you just mentioned one goal, which was your rose quartz ring. Are there any other goals that you have set that you possibly plan on putting on your vision board?
A house.
A house. Okay.
A house. Get my son braces.
Okay.
He wants the Invisaligns, but I don't know with his teeth the way they are if it can be done. But
the orthodontist will be able to tell you what's going to be the best situation. Yeah. Invisaligns are good, but they're not good for everybody. And sometimes you might be in Invisaligns or you might be in the braces a little longer than Invisalign. It just kind of depends. So I would say let the orthodontist tell you that.
Yeah, and with Mary Kay, become a sales director and earn my car. Because my son's been talking about a car, and I'm like, I am not going to buy a car. Why should I buy a car when I can earn the use of a free car?
Or you take the free car and get him the other car.
That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because we're going to have Mary Kay on that car, so no.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I have been talking about opening up my own agency for a while, and that is definitely a plan that I plan to happen before the end of this year. Having my own insurance agency is definitely one of my goals. I have some other ventures that I'm working on that I'm going to put on the vision board, but the main goal is the insurance agency. So I have to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do to make that happen. I also want the podcast to grow. I don't know what that looks like or what that's going to entail or take. I know I'm going to have to sit down and look at some different things, look at some different programs so that we can get that on the road. Because I definitely want to monetize what we are doing. We got a good thing going here, and so that's one of my goals for the new year. So those are two things that I definitely want to have on the vision board. Not just this podcast, this one it's on, as well as the whenever I start the new one. So yeah, so that's where I am with that. Those are some of the things that I definitely want to see in the new year. And so yeah, y'all may see, definitely will see at least those two goals on my vision board. So all righty. So make sure y'all start working on those, getting those together. If y'all want to put your vision boards together, like I said, we'll give you guys the date that we're going to reveal our vision boards so that you can definitely join in. If you are interested in being on that particular show, we want you guys to reach out to us and let us know, because we definitely will not mind having you on as a guest. We're also going to be looking at some people who actually walked away from their regular 9-to-5s to pursue their dreams. So if that's something that you're definitely interested in participating in, I'll see if we can make a little post about that on the sides up as well. We are looking for guests. We definitely want to have more guests on the show because we are going to be doing our main topics. We kind of gotten away from doing the main topics per se, because there's a lot of hot topics to discuss and talk about. And we don't do this every day. There are a lot of bloggers that they're on here every day, and that's because that's what they do. That they have been able to walk away from those regular 9 to 5s to do their blog posts every day. We not blessed yet to to be able to sit at the house and do this every day. So we definitely want to get back on our regular format and cutting down some of our hot topics to discuss major topics. So we are going to be reaching out to people, and if you're definitely interested in being a part, we definitely want you to be a part of the episode. There are some topics that I know we need to revisit that we started talking about or started discussing last year that we need to kind of get back on the ball with as well. So I'm definitely interested in doing that. But like I said, if you're an entrepreneur that quit your job recently and you definitely want to be a part of the podcast, we want you to be a part. So yeah. Do you have anything that's bugging you this week, Wendy?
Now I have to go back to work tomorrow. I
Yeah.
have the adult tomorrow. I had a glorious, I was off since the 31st, and it was so glorious.
I enjoyed my holiday, although it was, a day here, a day there, a couple of days here, a couple of days there, coupled with the weekend. So it seemed like a long period of time. I enjoyed the time off. Um, I got to get my sleep schedule in order and together because I need to go to work refreshed and ready to go.
Hmm.
So y'all pray my strength. But yeah, I don't have anything per se this week. Uh, Probably we'll have something the next episode that we have, but nothing this week. So, um, Wendy, how can they reach you?
They can reach me on Facebook, Wendy Edingbourgh Smith.
Mhm.
Instagram is at VLux76. And then my Mary Kay website is www.marykay.com/WEDINGBOURGH.
And you guys can reach Heather at Heather's Passion Academy on Facebook and YouTube, and then her website, HeathersPassionAcademy.com. You guys can reach me at Vicskeyas Faith More on Facebook, Instagram at Vicskeyas Faith, on Twitter at Vicskeyas Faith. You guys can reach us here at the Size Up on Facebook at the Size Up, Instagram at the Size Up 2102, YouTube the Size Up Official Podcast, and you can email us. And again, like I said, if you're definitely interested in participating or being a guest on one of our shows, email us at the Size Up 2102 at gmail.com. You can listen to our podcast here on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and SoundCloud. Thank you guys for joining us. We have had a blast. Again, we will not be back next week because I got too much stuff I done committed to, Lord Jesus. But we will be back the following week with a new episode of The Size Up.
The banner, the banner, the banner.
In. Okay. This is why we need a producer, Jesus.
Okay, so you guys,
make
I was
sure
gonna
y'all.
say make.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was gonna say make sure to subscribe to the Size Up podcast. Hit the notification bell so you know whenever we're coming on. Because we come on twice a week. Come on Sunday nights and we come on Monday nights. But it's on, and you guys, you watch TV just like we do. So come on, let's talk about it. All right, go ahead.
All right, so we will be back here tomorrow. What time, Wendy? Because I'm on your time because I'm gonna be home.
8:00.
8:00 tomorrow night. We will be here for It's On, where we're talking about TV. And we got a ton of TV to talk about. So make sure y'all are here ready to have a conversation about the shows. We got some new premieres that's come out. This Is Us returned. We got some new shows that have come into the mix. The ending of Insecure
Blackish
happened and took place. The premiere episode of Blackish for their last season has taken place too. I enjoyed the episode.
Me too.
As well as and just like that, which is we're halfway through that season of that show. So we got quite a few things to talk about tomorrow. We won't have a main topic. We're just going to talk about the shows and the premieres and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll get back into our main shows that we're going to talk about. Again, the women of the movement. I want to do one episode about that whole series. It's a limited series. I think they only have 8 episodes. So I think we'll be fine to do that. So once that ends, I plan on us talking about that. I forget. I don't know what I did with the list of shows that we had on there to talk about. But we'll get back into those and get those back in the mix once we are able to come back. But we got to get those shows out the way. So make sure y'all tune in tomorrow night, 8 o'clock, right back here on the Size Up, over on Facebook, the Size Up Official Podcast, over on YouTube. Make sure y'all are tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.